Okay, we are looking at page 9 in Chapter 4 notes. It says, suppose that there are 55 Democrats, 45 Republicans in the U.S. Senate. A committee of 7 senators is to be formed by selecting members of the Senate randomly. So we have 7 senators that need to be selected, 45 Republicans, and 55 Democrats that we are picking from. And so the first question here says, what is the probability that the committee is composed of all Democrats? That means all 7 are Democratic and 0 are Republican. So in order to start this problem, I need to write down the sample space. And the sample space is a nice thing. It's where everyone's kind of treated equal. First question here, though, before we start the sample space, is asking yourself, is this a problem where order matters or order doesn't matter? So on the previous page, we talked about permutations and combinations. And so for this one, since we're selecting a committee, order does not matter, which is a combination. So I'm going to go and put a C here for combinations. And the total number of people that we would be selecting from, it doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat in our sample space, and this is 100. And we are going to choose 7 of them. And then for this problem, this specific problem, and the sample space again goes in the denominator. And for this problem, it's asking for the probability of all 7 to be Democratic and 0 to be Republican. So if you notice, a little different from the other problems, we have 2 groups. And so we're going to go ahead and write Democrats and Republicans. And since, again, we're still doing the committee, we're going to go and put C's above both of those. The total number of Democrats that we have is 55. And we are going to select 7 of those for our committee. The number of Republicans that we have total is 45. And we're going to select 0 of those for our committee. We're going to go ahead and put a multiplication dot here. This is Democrats and Republicans. But this only gives us the total number of ways that we can make this committee formed. In order to figure out the probability, we need to divide this by our sample space, which is 10, choose 7. And then again, remember, in order to use your graphing calculator, we are going to go to Math. You're going to scroll over to PROB or PRB in order to access these buttons that we have for permutations, combinations, and factorials. And so you can go ahead and try to practice this. You would have to type in the number first, followed by this value right here, NCR, and then you would have to type in 7. You get a value. And then going through this, we're going to go ahead and see if you can get the answer of 0.0127. So now let's read the next one and try that. The next one says, what is the probability committee is going to be composed of 3 Democrats, 4 Republicans? So this time it's a little bit different than what we had before. Same sample space though. So probability, and we have 3 Democrats and 4 Republicans. So going ahead and setting it up exactly the same way. We have Democrats and Republicans. Going to put a C above both of those because, again, we decided that order does not matter. We should write that probably down. Order, not important. And that's usually with committees. Total Democrats that we are selecting from, again, is 55. We will be selecting 3 of them for our committee. Republicans, we have a total of 45, and we are selecting 4 of those for our committee. Again, and we're going to put our multiplication dot in there. Dividing by the sample space, which again is 100. Make sure you have 100, choose 7. And then going through and plugging this all in on your calculator, you should get an answer of 0.2442.